How's the sound now? If someone could just let me know. I'm on mute. Okay. Good now. Okay, good now. I'm so sorry. I just forgot to plug the mic in there, so that was a little bit silly of me. But we should be fine now. You should be able to hear me. Okay. So, it's members only, as you know, so no need for the emoji system. We don't have our emojis here. But just bear in mind, be respectful of other people. We have about 20 members now, so they probably won't all come in, but there's a possibility of that, so just make sure you're being respectful, basically. And that's fine. And hello to everyone. Kidda, very nice to see you. Wonderful. It's been a while. So yeah, I'll go over the cards, but you're very welcome to ask questions. No need for emojis, just be respectful. And so we're going to be at least 3 hours today. I'm really trying to make the member streams longer than the normal ones. So we have Acacia cards, we have Goddess cards, we have Spirit Animal, we have Love, of course, and we also have Shaman's Dream as well. So we have a few cards there, and the crystal ball, of course, as always. Okay, so first question. Jan, what are Caden's current thoughts and feelings over me and the connection, and what are his intentions? Okay. There is a very distant energy. It's almost like an out of sight, out of mind kind of energy. It does feel very distant, but it's interesting because it feels very distant, but the emotions feel very deep. So the emotions do feel very deep, and it does feel like, although energetically this distance, it does actually feel like you've been in the forefront of his mind quite a lot. So there is thinking about you, there's conscious thinking about you, but the energy is just very, very distant. So let me see if there's any intentions there, because there's a lot of thinking about you. No, there is desire. Like, there's kind of, it's almost like there's a sadness in this distance. So there is this kind of pull, this magnetic kind of pull, like this desire to come back. But yeah, that's kind of how it looks at the moment with him. Pooja, 2 days back I was getting a gentle feeling of N missing me. Was it true or my illusion? Okay. Yeah, there is some missing you and thinking about you, yes. Jasmine, why did Phil text me 3 days in a row and stop? Okay. With you, it feels like he's trying to make an effort with himself. He's trying to do what he wants to do. He's trying to go after his desires, go after his kind of motivation and I don't know, inspiration, like things that he really wants in his life. It's like he's trying to reach out to that, but it feels like an effort. It feels like you're wanted in his life path, but it's an effort. It's like it's almost like it's an effort to act on the things that he wants. Very kind of solar plexus, like stagnant kind of energy. Like there's a lot of desires, there's a lot of thought going on, things I want to do in my life, including you, including kind of like inspiration, ambitious kind of energy as well. But there feels like a block in doing it. It feels almost like it's efforts to take action, and it's almost like an achievement when I take a bit of action. There's an achievement there, like I've actually done something. It does feel very stagnant in taking action and stagnant in motivation. Definitely a solar plexus issue going on his side with him. Goddess card, yes, of course. Ostara, fertility, is that fertility? Yes. It's the perfect time for you to start new projects, access new ideas, and give birth to new conditions. So it's the fertility card. The fertility card shows how, of course, you have this goddess that you can work with, but it's showing how fertile everything is around you. This creative, sacral energy. You can create things out of your passion, whether that is literally, about family and children, or whether it is about creating something, putting something out there and creating. Jan, when is the heart to heart? When will Caden no longer be in the energy of pulling back? Okay. Yes, I'm kind of guessing like August to September kind of time frame with that. Pooja, what are N's thoughts and feelings for A? Seems very positive and very kind of smooth. There doesn't seem to be like issues or anything like that. There's nothing like niggling, It's very positive. Feels positive. Hi Kevin! Yeah, I'm doing well, I hope you are. Aries, nice to see you as well. What's my guys' intentions for our connection for the month of July? There's this really strong desire for closeness. So it really feels a lot about being in your presence, spending a lot of time with you, wanting to be physically near you is the kind of energy that I get. Kevin, what are A's energies towards me now? Okay. They're kind of flip-flopping. There's some suppressing these feelings at times. There's some recognizing them and thinking about them. But it feels like there's this kind of... It's almost like an inner turmoil a little bit, going backwards and forwards. Jan, what are Caden's current feelings towards M and intentions? Okay. The feelings are very... So there's not necessarily anything negative there, but it's almost like, the way I can describe how this feels is a shrug, when you kind of just shrug and it's that kind of meh kind of energy. That's the energy there. So it's not negative, and there's almost kind of like, how can I describe it? A routine, like I'm used to this, I'm used to having this connection and to having these conversations, but it's very blasé is the best I could kind of say. And there doesn't really seem to be intention. So it doesn't really seem to be, I want this out of this connection, I want this. It just seems to be there. It just seems to be. If that makes sense. Aries, what day this weekend will I be seeing my guy? Will it be Sunday by chance? Okay. Yeah, I see high prominence on Sunday, and I think that comes up a lot. Is that something to do with his work or something, or your work? Because Sunday looks very prominent, yes. Miss Venus, hello! Kevin, what are Creti's thoughts and feelings for me? I feel like she was thinking of me today in class. Okay. Yeah, quite positive, quite friendly, and it does seem like there's been some thinking about you. Yes, it's not like there isn't like deep emotions here or anything like that. It is quite surface level, but it is positive. There's nothing negative there. Jan, what happened between Caden and Em last night? It seems a huge upset happened between them. Mostly on Em's side, she deleted his name from her Discord bio. Okay. It does seem like on her side, there's kind of recognition of his feelings. There's kind of it's almost like I can feel that this person is that energy, you know, that shrug energy. It's almost like I can feel that. It doesn't really feel like there's been a huge like conflict or like actual argument, like shouting or sending really horrible messages. It doesn't feel like that, but it does feel like there's this recognition, like almost like a realization, like I kind of I'm not we're not vibing, there's not a, how do you say, like resonating here with this energy. It's almost like a recognition that there isn't really much interest or anything going on there, almost like being a little bit fed up, giving up a little bit, but it doesn't really seem so much like a huge argument. It just seems like feeling fed up and a realization. So it's not to say there wasn't any conflict or any falling out, but it doesn't really seem like, maybe perhaps if there was, it was quite small, or it's more ignoring, one person ignoring, as opposed to like a heated argument, yeah, that's how it seems. Pooja, is there any spiritual unhealthy attachments present for me? Okay. It just stagnant low energy between your sacral and solar plexus. It does feel like a little bit of a holding on to something that's pulling you down a little bit, and it's just there between your sacral and solar plexus, a kind of low stagnant energy. Miss Venus, I had a super wild dream last night. My face was marked, like cut, and I saw someone else, an actress, being marked with a cardinal star on her right cheek. What was the stream? Let me just see that star. I don't know if I've had that term, or maybe I'm just being silly. Let me check it. Sorry guys, my tablet is really, really slow. It looks like north, south, east, west kind of thing. Is that right? Okay, but let me look into this anyway. So, okay, Miss Venus' stream. I'm going to try to look into this. Face was marked. I'm not guessing anything for it right now, but I do feel that's symbolic. So I'm just going to. Can I copy that message? I think I might have to screenshot it. Hold on. I am going to look into that. I'll send it to myself, because I do feel like that's symbolic, but I just didn't see anything there in the ball. Let's see. Bear with me, guys. Sorry about this. Just if I send it to myself, I'll get a notification and I'll have a look at that. Okay. So, Demini, we are planning off-site trip. How would it go? Okay. Yeah, I see really high positive energy here. It feels like high positive energy. There's some kind of positivity and a connection here as well, like deepening a connection. Seems nice. Kevin, how is my connection with A looking like next week? I'm planning to avoid and ignore him for a few days. Okay. It seems a little bit thought provoking. Like it does seem like because you're ignoring, it does seem like there's this kind of thought process. Like, oh, okay, so this is how it would actually be. We don't speak, we don't talk, we're complete. There isn't even effort or looking at me or anything like that. It's thought provoking. It makes him think a little bit more. Is this what I really want? Can I confidently express these feelings? It seems kind of thought provoking, is what I would say. Jan, why hasn't Caden called me? He was supposed to call on the 7th but didn't. If he's avoiding me, why is he avoiding me? Okay. Okay, so there doesn't seem to be purposeful avoidance, and what I mean by that is, it's not like, oh, I'm avoiding Jan, like she's done something wrong. I don't want to talk to her, kind of thing. It doesn't seem to be like that. Like there's something wrong, like an issue. There does seem to be almost, again, going back to that energy, it's like this can't be bothered energy. It's like this meh energy. I don't even know how to express it. Like a shrug is the way I would express it. It does seem very kind of unbothered at the moment. That's kind of the energy, how it feels, like very unbothered. But what I would say, like the most positive thing I would say is it doesn't seem like it doesn't upset about something. It doesn't seem like it's, oh, you've done something and I don't like you. It does just seem like kind of, this isn't my priority. I'm just not very bothered. Just kind of the feeling that comes through. Marie, hello. It's nice to see you. Pooja, what are N's thoughts and feelings for me and a goddess card? Okay. Okay, so thoughts and feelings seem very similar. There doesn't seem to be much change. This positive energy, this care, there is this, excuse me, there is this deep connection that is kind of noted. There's almost like an understanding of it. The energy is quite positive, although there's kind of distance and kind of, it's definitely not suppressed emotions. They're not suppressed, they are recognized, but they're kind of put into the back of the mind, if that makes sense. So it's not like I'm trying not to feel them, but I'm not always completely focusing on them, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. I'll pull a card now. Okay. Goddess card. Diana, okay. Focused intention. Keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions focused on your target, and you will make your mark. And Diana is the goddess there. So this is an interesting card because I get a lot of people who come in and they ask. So let's say it's like their love path. They'll ask about like 2 or 3 different people, and they'll kind of be flip-flopping between these 2 or 3 different people, or they'll have a slight idea of what they want in their life path, like their work or something, but they just can't decide. And I think that's a huge issue with a lot of us. And I recognise that, being a Libra, being very indecisive, I recognise that. So I think this is a really important message, because if you're kind of thinking, maybe I should do this instead, maybe I should do that instead, you're putting that out to the universe that you're confused, that you're not fully focused, and it does delay your path to where you're going to. You have to be very confident about where you're going and focused on it. Miss Venus. Also, yesterday night, I saw what looked like floating black debris when I woke up in the middle of the night. Thus, I started clearing with a violet flame. What is that I saw? Okay. So it seems like you're visually, yes, you said you're visually seeing some kind of dense energy, some negative energy trying to access this kind of. So it's not necessarily like a portal area. It's not like there's. I mean, there may be somewhere like near where you are, but it doesn't really feel like in your immediate location there's a portal area. It does feel much more. It's you as opposed to the area, if that makes sense. But because you're accessing this higher energy and you're very open to this higher energy, there will be, as you know, and I know that you know, there will be challenges. There will be like entities to try to come through, and you kind of have to deal with that. It does seem like it's kind of like a cleansing process. You were cleansing something. This kind of negative energy was trying to access that almost portal energy that you have, because you're opening to different realms. You're opening to higher energies. And you're kind of there just can be some negative things that access that or try to access that, and it does seem like it's an attempt to access it, because I don't see like an entity. I don't see, you know, an actual form, actual how can we say, like consciousness or sentience or anything like that. It does just feel like dense energy, but it does seem like you were clearing that. You were kind of clearing and protecting this. I mean, I want to call it portal energy because it kind of is, but I just wanted to make it clear that it's coming from you, it's emanating from you. It's not because you're living, you know, it's not because you're living at Stonehenge or something like that, you know. It's you and not the area is basically what I'm trying to say. So I hope that makes sense. If I do bob on a little bit, guys, and you need clarification, just ask for the clarification, or just say what you didn't understand. So, Jan, will Caden call me next week? And if so, when? Okay. The end of the month seems more prominent. The end of the month. Marie, a card of my choice. Yes. Let's go for. We'll go for Shaman's Dream. I do like them. They're a little bit different. So, stars in the sky. Limitless, possibilities. So, it's a very kind of positive card about that. What you can access, what you have access to, what you've opened up, because it's unlimited possibilities. So you really can achieve whatever you want to achieve, and your guides and your higher self are affirming that, you know, reach as high as possible because you can make it. But stars in the sky as well, we're all looking at here are star families, okay, so our star families as well. So there could be some connection there. There could be you have a dream, or you have a meditation experience where you're connecting with your star family as well. So be mindful of that and open to that. They may even be helping you with these achievements, you know. Kevin, did A and Bhavya talk about me recently? And if so, what did they talk about? Okay. No, I'm not getting energy of that this, you know, recently, currently. Miss Venus, do you see a hurricane coming to Florida for the week when Jay and I visit? Okay. No. So I don't see that. I know, check this before. It will be worth. When is it? Let me see. Sorry. I've forgotten the date here. Oh yeah, so we do have a bit of time, so we can keep a check on that. And just make sure. But yeah, I'm not seeing that right now, and it's twice that I haven't seen it, so I'm like, but I will keep a check on it. Interesting. Why does it say? Is Shayna here? No. Strange. Okay. Jan, a Keisha card for my connection with Caden. Sorry, I lost my place there. Keisha card. Okay. So this is quite a common one that comes up for you guys. The lookout. Okay. So as we can see, Jan, you are this man, you're this sailor, whatever he is, and he has binoculars, and he's looking for his it's his goals. So all of his energy, his, you know, time, his vision is focused on these specific goals. But there's a lot of things that are burning around him. There's a lot of things that are falling away, and they don't matter. So you kind of have to be aware, you know, be kind of, okay, negative things are going to fall away from me. I'm not going to be too attached. I'm going to let them. Let the things that fall away, and you just keep focused on your goal, because he's going to just about make it to where he needs to get to before the ship burns, basically. That's like the idea. And that's all he cares about. The ship can sink for all he cares. It's that goal he's getting to. So all the negative things from maybe from the past or present that fall away don't matter. It's that place you're going, that goal that you're almost reaching. Yeah, that you should keep focused on. So pretty similar, you know, messages here about really staying focused. The Diana goddess card as well. Let's see. And Pooja, do you see me moving to someplace else for my career and sole purpose? Yeah, I see a little bit of travel. I do see a little bit of travel involved. I would love, I would love to travel. Kevin, will A come to know that it's my birthday soon, and if so, will he do something special for me? Okay. So I'm not getting anything special, but I am getting like a prompt to reach out, to reach out. Jasmine, should I let Phil? Should I text Phil first or wait for him to text me? Okay. I'm guessing wait for him to text you at the moment. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it would be that long. Delphine, hello. Miss Venus. Was this the reason why Jay and I would move away from Florida? Okay. So I'm not really getting, like, what I'm seeing here is there's a kind of a, so there's looking, of course, there's looking for a place, and there's like a few options that you kind of could go with, you kind of choose, you kind of look at, and I'm just kind of seeing like preference. I'm seeing like really feeling the energy of this specific place, you know, feeling kind of a home almost, you know. But it does seem to be like there's options, there's choices. You're looking at different things, but there's a draw to this place. There's kind of it's a draw, or like feeling at home kind of energy. But it's a decision between a few different places. It seems like. Delphine, what are M's current feelings? When will he contact me, and will we meet soon? Okay. Okay, so positive but passive. There's positive thoughts, positive feelings. They just don't seem to be very forefront. They are there. See communication within 2 weeks. See communication within 2 weeks, and this could be meeting physically as well. Could be. Love card for Jan. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So maybe a gesture, you know, a sign, a symbol, like I'm here if you need me. Kevin, what are Bavia's views about my connection with A? Okay. There seems to be like a hint of curiosity, but really there's not much coming up in terms of like views about that connection, like thinking about that connection a lot. Delphine had a dream of P and he's been popping in my head a lot lately. Has he been thinking about me? Okay. Yes. I guess he asked that. Demi says Akisha. Yes. Fated meeting. Okay. So we have fated meeting. Of course, it usually represents meeting a very important romantic partner in this current chapter or very soon. Current chapter or near future. This fated meeting coming up. Divine timing is at play, as we can see the church clock here. But you're going to meet this person who's very, very important. So they're in wedding attire, as you can see. So it's very commonly a wedding scenario with this card, but it can be a business partner sometimes, so just bear that in mind. If you're leaning more to the business side of things, or you're looking for, you know, a business partner or some investment or something, it could represent that, but it's usually a romantic partner. Delphine says love card. Okay. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So make the effort, but what you're guided to do. So go with your intuition, where you're really guided to, what really feels right. Kevin, any time frame regarding when will A and I talk to each other properly? Okay. I'm just getting within the month at the moment, so I'm getting within the month, like within 4 weeks. Jasmine, can I get a timeline update on when he's going to ask me to be in a relationship? I get worried that maybe he'll change his mind. Okay. So it seems like it could be any time. Like, it does seem like there's opportunities for it to be like quite imminent, quite in this current chapter. But I'm getting like a quite a wide time frame of with a cutoff point of around October is what I'm getting. But there seems to be a few opportunities on the path for that to be expressed, for that to be asked or expressed. Yeah, so there is a few different possibilities, opportunities there. Jan, it was August to September for Heart to Heart, or was that to him no longer pulling back? I think that was both. Let me double check that. Yes, I'm guessing both on that one. Pooja, should I keep a boundary with my family for now, as they are not able to understand my purpose? Yes. Don't completely distance yourself, and do make sure you keep a level of connection, you know what I mean? So it's not about completely cutting people off, keeping a kind of pleasant, you know, connection, pleasant kind of maybe surface level kind of connection. But I would say yes, pulling back a little bit, because it is interesting, you know, in this lifetime, we're kind of balancing this family dynamic that we have with the soul family dynamic that we have, and people who become spiritual and become aware of their kind of higher energies, if you will, it can be difficult. It can be very difficult to navigate that kind of, when you're like the black sheep of the family, it can be very difficult to navigate that, you know? So I think, you know, it's kind of admirable and respectful to keep some level of connection, but just keep your distance and just do your thing. Don't, you know, because sometimes with, especially with physical family and not soul family, you can be very dragged down and kind of held back from your purpose and from what you want to do. And I feel like we do need to keep that distance in order to grow a little bit, you know, having room to grow. And I'm speaking from experience there, from different family members, not my mother. So Kevin, is there any time frame about when A will unblock me from IG? Okay. Seems like within 2 weeks. 2 weeks time frame. So Leon should be home soon. What time are we on? Yeah, so we've got at least 1 hour and a half left. At least. Um, okay, so guys, we do have 10 people in, so just in case you weren't in at the beginning, I'll just show the cards again. So Acacia, Goddess, Shaman's Dream, is that right? Shaman's Dream. Spirit Animal, and Love, of course. We have love cards. So you're very welcome to pick the cards as well. And of course, Crystal Ball. No emoji system, just go ahead and ask your questions and be respectful of other people. So I think we're up to Domini. Future spouse, profession, hint. Okay, so future spouse, profession, sorry. Can't speak now. So it seems like kind of like a managerial role. Like a managerial role, and kind of like it's kind of like this climbing the ladder kind of energy in this workplace. It's a managerial role in kind of like a corporate setting, and it does seem like, you know, trying to progress, trying to get to that next level kind of thing. Venus, do you see my home in need of cleanse due to lower energies, or how do you see things here? It's so when I was looking at that over the debris thing, I did feel like it was powerful, you know, it was kind of a powerful cleanse, but let's double check on that. So it seems like just really upkeeping protection, really ensure that you're upkeeping protection, because you're doing a lot, you know? And it will become second nature, and I feel like maybe it already is with you kind of knowing what to do in that scenario straight away. But I would just say, really make sure you're upkeeping your protections. If you do use specific talisman or crystals or anything for protection, just make sure you're keeping like a kind of a routine of cleansing, if you will. Jasmine, what are the services I should offer to my one-on-one clients? Okay, services. So this is interesting. This is interesting because I really feel like I'm kind of like, because all you guys are really spiritual, like empaths, I'm like, come and do like a spiritual job, come and like, you know, do like a similar thing to me. But is that kind of what you want to? Because I feel like really drawn to mediumship for you, and I really feel like you could do that. But would you rather do a kind of like maybe what's it called, like life coaching, like some kind of coaching, or some kind of like, you know, something that's not so spiritual, something that's maybe a little bit more on the creative side in some way? Because I'm really pulled and really drawn to mediumship for you, Jasmine. So yeah, it would be interesting. Do you feel like you want to go down a spiritual route or a more kind of creative kind of route? Because yeah, like I said, like a life coaching thing maybe, but I really always feel drawn to mediumship for you, but that depends, you know, don't want to push a spiritual job onto you. Jan, a card of my choice. Okay, Shaman's Dream, let's go for Shaman's Dream. The Crossing. Sorry, I really feel like that's Jasmine's card. Initiation. It's interesting because this card is all about bridging that gap between the spiritual realm and the physical realm, and kind of, so maybe there's like something that really works for you, like clairaudience, clairvoyance, something like that. It's all about really strengthening that bridge, you know, being a bridge between worlds, if you will. Like I literally call myself that, a bridge between worlds, because I'm so connected to like the other realms and things like that, and that's what this card represents. Sorry, Jan, I do kind of feel like that's that resonates with Jasmine. I just really felt that then. Maybe I needed to just take a moment to focus on Jan's energy there. So let's see. Drifter. Experiencing life as it comes. Okay. So this is, I know I talk about this a lot, but we're always kind of being given this message, kind of trying to be guided about the cycles and phases that we're going through in our life path. So I always talk about how sometimes we're in that manifestation energy where we take action, we do spells, we do manifestations, we take action. Sometimes we're in that energy of sit back, relax, let that energy settle, let the universe do its thing. And that's what this card is about, the Drifter card. It's about taking life as it comes, allowing those energies to settle, and kind of just kind of going with the flow, and having faith though, you know, having faith that things will go well for you, but just, you know, allowing the energies to settle and take it as it comes. Kevin, how will A feel and react if he realises I am actively trying to avoid and ignore him lately? Yeah, it seems kind of like the same thing, like how I answered before, so I'm sorry that I'm repeating myself, but it does feel kind of like it's thought-provoking. It's, oh, this is what it would be like if we didn't connect. Like, it's almost like missing and longing a little bit, you know. It's a little bit thought-provoking, and it does feel, I know I said that before, but it feels kind of similar energy to that. Jan, does Caden no longer want anything romantic with M? Okay. Yeah, it doesn't feel like a strong desire to have something romantic. Delphine, what are P's current feelings towards me? How is he going mentally? Okay, mentally. They're positive, and they're a bit more forefront. Like, a little bit more forefront. Like, I'm really consciously thinking about you, having memories come up and things like that. Mentally, it feels like a little bit low. You know, there's low energy there. So maybe there's, like, low moods or something like that. It feels a little bit low and heavy. Pooja, I saw a black snake in a dream. A snake in a dream has both positive and negative aspect. Where is pointed more towards? Okay, yeah, so was this positive or negative symbol? Okay. Yeah, I'm getting positive. And you're absolutely right, you know, I've had very negative, very kind of psychic attack dreams with snakes, and then I've had very transformation, you know, kind of understanding my cycle, and like a lot of transformation energy from snakes as well. So yeah, it's interesting. Jasmine, I purposely cut myself off from my job because I felt like it was keeping me from manifesting what I really want to manifest. Was it the right thing to do? Straight away I'm going to say yes. I'm the kind of person where I would stick at something that I don't like just to kind of get a bit of like a saving behind me, or get a bit of, you know, yeah, like that's kind of how I worked when I left my job. But I think that it's calling to leave your job when you're, even if it's not particularly for a spiritual thing, if you have this calling because you want to do something, you want to go travel, you want to be more creative, you want to be more spiritual, I really feel like you have to go with it, you know, because a job is, it's something that it's kind of forced upon us, you know, because we have to have this monetary system in this life path. So I really feel like we do get a few people come in and they're talking about not resonating with their job, and I'm a strong kind of advocate for following where your desire is, following where your goals are. Just be kind of careful, try to have a bit of safety and security in terms of money, but yeah, absolutely, I think it is the right thing to do. Kevin, do you see any future for my connection with Bavia, platonic, or maybe something romantic? Okay. Yeah, it feels platonic, and it's felt platonic like pretty much most times I've checked. Maybe there's like a possibility there, but I'm not really seeing it. I wouldn't completely say no that it couldn't happen in the future, but it definitely feels very platonic at this time. Jan, will M soon move on from Caden, given her realisation last night, and if so, when? Okay. Yeah, the moving on just seems to be very drawn out. Like, there seems to be a little bit more connection. There seems to be this kind of... It seems like it fades out very slowly. Like, the time between talking, the time between calls gets longer and longer until there's just too much distance, and it's kind of just over. It does seem like a little bit of a long process. You know, maybe a few months. Pooja, what can be N's next actions, if any, for our connection? Okay. No, I'm not seeing any at the moment, although I do recognise the strength of the connection, so that could change, but I don't see anything at the moment. Kevin, do you see there being a possibility for A and I to be in the same group for projects this semester? Okay. Yes. Yes, I can see yes on that. Delphine, do you still see me moving beginning of next year? Yes. Jan, why does Caden have this unbothered energy? It feels like there's low motivation and kind of a procrastination kind of energy. It feels very kind of like, it's very low motivation, like not a lot of ambition kind of going on. I don't think I would necessarily say laziness, but there is that kind of stagnant energy, that kind of procrastination kind of energy, if that makes sense. Shayna, I just finished the hiring process and officially start my new job at the end of the month. Woohoo! Everything went smoothly, like you said. Thank you. Amazing. I'm so happy for you guys. When you say something like you're going to an interview or something like that, something positive, or when you say you're going through like a hard time, I do try my best to keep you guys in my personal prayers and manifestations and everything. And I do love to hear, you know, when things have gone really well. I'm so happy for you. I hope it's just, you know, it's the people are amazing and everything, and like, you know, it resonates so much. I'm really happy for you. Damini, may I know about my life purpose? Yeah, guys. So I was going to do a life purpose stream. It was recommended very early on in this channel I mean, we're still a small channel, but when it was very small, it was recommended to do a life purpose stream. And I was very up for it. I wanted to do it. But I had my angel guides come to me and say, you can't really do that. They were explaining that part of your life mission, your life purpose here, is about self-discovery, learning things about yourself and of course the world around you and everything, but learning about yourself. So you can't, it's kind of like, I suppose, frowned upon in a way to just tell someone their life purpose, but I can answer questions. So if you say something like, is something random, is gardening, like, you know, part of my life path, I can answer that. Or is like art, making art part of my life path, or is this person a huge part of my life purpose? I can answer questions like that, but I can't just give a direct, like, this is what you're here for, I said that I would not do it. Shayna, will I enjoy my time working for this company? Okay. Yeah, I see a lot of positive energy around it. I do. Keep me updated. Jasmine, should I be worried about this project 2025 thing circulating? And if so, what can I do to protect myself and my family? Okay. So it does seem like there's some things, some issues, some things to be worried about. It does seem that there is some. There's also some things that seem to be wrong, or they're not going to manifest, or not going to happen, if that makes sense. It's kind of like there's some things that will, there's some things that won't. There's definitely an energy of, how can we say it? Staying in your power, you know, keeping your moral kind of compass very strong, standing your ground kind of energy. There's a lot of that warrior spirit, warrior energy coming through. Like, it reminds me of that rune, you know? That's coming through a lot. But it does seem like there's some things that won't manifest. There's some things that aren't going to happen within this. plan, if you will. Yeah, so there's definitely energy of staying in your power and really tapping into your intuition, because so you have to be careful about your location, so where you are. So it's kind of like being prepared to move if you have to, being prepared to be in a different area, to go to a different place. Kind of understanding that might be a thing that you have to do. I don't know how else to say it. Yeah. So that's what I'm seeing there. I'd be interested to look more into that, to be honest, myself. Delphine, I keep getting the reconciliation card on the last 2 pendulum readings. Do you see me reconciling with P? Okay. Yeah, I do see a possibility of that. I do. Kevin, how will things go for me if I stand for the position of class representative of my class this year? Okay. There's a high energy. There's a high positive energy there. I maybe say like 75% kind of feeling. Oh, Jasmine, really nice and congratulations. Jan, is Caden aware I'm upset at his distance? And if so, what are his thoughts over this? Yeah, there's definitely regret and guilt. So there definitely is kind of like recognition of that. I mean, those feelings aren't that strong, but they are there. Pooja, I'm getting this guidance for a while about higher learning and new knowledge. How can I get to that? Getting this guidance for a while about higher learning and new knowledge. How can I get to that? So I would just say, intuitively choose the kind of training that you want to do, the path you want to go down, because I do feel like there's a little bit of training coming up. Perhaps there's like a course, or perhaps there's a mentor or something, maybe even a book. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to be training in the sense of getting a qualification, getting a certificate, but I do really feel like there's a little bit of kind of training going on. But go with your intuition, you know, into the path that you kind of wanted to go into. Jasmine, is apartment 19 and apartment 16 going to get evicted? Okay. So I get a yes for 19. I get like a kind of unknown, like a maybe for 16. Jan, when will Caden and Em have a one-on-one call? Seems like about 3 to 4 days. Shayna, will co-parenting ever improve between KB and I? Yes. So I see a little bit of a slow process here, but yes, I do get a yes. Delphine, do you have any messages from my deceased father? Is anybody else interested in that? Because I would be happy to do it. I haven't done a mediumship stream for probably a year, because I've been trying to do the classes, haven't I, but people haven't really been interested in it. Mediumship, so I can do. Oh, actually, we have members channeling on. Let me just check. We have members channeling on the 15th, so in 3 days. So if you want to choose your deceased loved one for channeling, you're very welcome to do that, but that will be on a channeling stream. But I can make a note of that if that's what you want. Let me see if I can't make a note of that. I said like I'll do it on my phone. I don't want to lose my place again. Bear with me just one moment. And if you remember you don't have a avatar yet, I really apologise. I haven't updated this for a while. Okay, I'm just going to grab a pen. My channeling book's right there. Oh, there we are. I have one. So guys, do you have a think about who you want on the channeling stream? So the members channeling stream, it will be kind of like first come, first serve. But anyone who's left over, we will plan another stream in. So all members who want one will get one. So let's see. I'm just making note of this. You're very welcome to change your person. But yeah, that will be for a channeling stream. But if you do know who you want for the channeling stream, you're very, very welcome to message me and let me know. Because then when you're in the chat, I can go ahead straight away with the channeling instead of waiting for people to come in and give me the person. Okay, I'm back. Jan, I can't even make a romantic gesture, though, with him pulling away and not even replying to text. Yeah, it could be something... I would definitely, with something like that, I would definitely wait until there is communication to do so, but I would do something that kind of says, you know, it's not intense, it's not, like, pushy, but it's like, I'm here kind of energy, you know? Damini says romance angel. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work on your love life. Didn't you get fated meeting as well? So divine timing is really coming up for you, if I'm correct about that. My memory serves me. Kevin, can I have a love card? Yes, of course. Heart-to-heart conversations. So, it is kind of implying that there's conversation coming up. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So maybe that's coming up. Maybe actually opening up and discussing the feelings is coming up. Heart-to-heart conversations. So it's a nice... Heart-to-heart conversations is a very nice message to get when we're like blocked or we're kind of having a bit of issue. Because it does suggest communication is going to come back. Animal spirit for Pooja. Hummingbird! Amazing, I love the hummingbird. Be here now. So what we see with this one, it's very present, so being in the present moment, being very... taking everything in, being very present, and there's always a very nice connotation with flight, winged animals, butterflies, birds, things like that, because it is kind of, we can't see that energy of reaching high, being kind of flying above, it's a very high energy kind of thing because it's flight. So it's really, really nice. But the hummingbird is really about being very present in the moment, enjoying what's in the moment. So maybe it's trying to say that you're focusing on the past too much, or you're worrying about the future too much. We should always plan for the future and think about the future, but then there is this element of being present in the moment, making sure you're not missing the beauty of the moment, Oh, we've only been on for an hour. Is that alright? Yes. Okay. So we're up to sweater. Time frame for getting a job, okay. August. I'm guessing August there. Jan, when will I receive the laptop in the mail that Adrian is sending me today? Okay. So I'm guessing 7 days. I'm guessing 7 days there. Kevin. Shamanic caught. Oh. Shamanic, I'm sorry. Pulling a Kashik there. Shamanic. stranger, curiosity. So it's the energy of not knowing. It's the energy of kind of learning about something, having curiosity. Um, you know, how much do you really know this person? How much, it's a lot about kind of, oh, it's intriguing, it's curious. There's that kind of nice, um, it's a happy energy. It's interest. It's we all love kind of mystery. We all love to learn things to kind of gather that information. So curiosity and intrigue coming up. And really recognizing that the stranger element with this person and perhaps bridging that gap as well. It's that kind of step from actually we're kind of strangers, we don't know each other that well, to learning, letting that curiosity take you, letting that intrigue take you, then getting to know each other better, becoming not strangers anymore. So that's positive. Um, Sorry, it's right off to here. Sweater, I think. It's not that one. Time frame for getting a job? Oh no, I answered that one, sorry. Oh, Swatha. Do you see me going to India this year or next year? I missed that one. Yes. There seems to be a high prominence there. It seems very high. Delphine, does M currently have a girlfriend? It seems like not official, but it does seem like there's someone there. There's some interest there. Shayna, goddess card, yes. Mary Magdalene, okay. Unconditional love. Love yourself, others, and every situation, no matter what the outward appearance may be. So it's a lot about that deeper connection, staying beneath the surface, unconditional love. That maybe there could be something kind of, maybe a grudge that you're holding or someone that you're a little bit upset about. Perhaps the situation is not as bad, as it seems. It's just kind of like that forgiveness, that unconditional love. And just staying in that energy, because I think a lot of us, we're empaths, we have unconditional love, but when we're surrounded by negativity, it's like, oh, let's bring everything in, let's just be like introverted within myself. So really expressing that unconditional love that you do have within you. Kevin, how will A feel when he realises I'm getting much more closer to B recently? Okay. There's a little bit of jealousy there. Jan, does Adrian still have romantic feelings for me? Is he hoping to get back together? Is that why he's helping me out? Yes. Guess I'm a yes on that. Pooja, yes, I am experiencing that with my physical family members as I'm coming more closer to my purpose. Yes, and it happens. It does happen. Shayna, where or how does it show that I will meet my next romantic partner? Okay. So that one's kind of murky for like a time frame. I'm feeling really positive energy. It's almost like it's trying to come through, it's trying to show me. It doesn't feel super far. Like it doesn't feel like very very far time wise, but I'm not really pinpointing it. I'm not really able to pinpoint it at the moment. I'm feeling the positive energy. I'm feeling kind of like a connection. Let me do. So I do sometimes remind myself here. So let me just type this in. Shayna. Is it when and where? Let me just check. This chat. Oh, I didn't see it now. Oh, yes. Where or how will I meet my partner? Okay, where and how will... Oh my gosh. Will I meet my partner? And just put that there. It's just a reminder. It's like it's trying to come through, but I can't quite see it. I just try a little bit later on. And sometimes I get a better connection then. So going in and out of the chat, and it seems very mixed up here. So I hope I'm not going to skip anything here. Oh my gosh. I don't think it's deleted anything, but I think it's mixed everything up. Okay, I think I must have excuse me. I think I must have Delphine. I'm just going to go with that. If I do miss something, just something has happened with the chat, so just bear with me. Delphine, when would you contact me? No, I'm not seeing that. It doesn't seem like it doesn't seem on the mind. It doesn't seem like something I want to do. It doesn't feel like it's on the mind. Sorry about that. Would you like to give those answers? Jan, is Chelsea needed to push Caden into coming towards me? Or is there anything else the ball sees that would help him no longer be in the energy of pulling away? Okay. No, don't see anything there. The energy that comes through here really resonates with... I think it was a Shaman's Dream card. It was some card that you got that was about kind of allowing energies to settle and just kind of going with the flow, being present in the moment. It's very similar here in the ball. Kevin, will anyone want to be in my project group? Maybe try to approach me for it. Yeah, there's a possibility here, yes. Swetha, when will Apexon company contact me as I submitted my resume? Okay. So it feels like within 4 to 6 weeks, that's the kind of energy that's coming through there. Delphine, what are Elle's true feelings towards me? Okay. I don't really get anything there. It doesn't feel negative. There doesn't feel to be any negative energy or anything, but just feels very low. It just feels very like there's not much to tap into there. Swetha, do you see me getting a job in Michigan State? Okay. So it seems like it's a possibility, but it doesn't seem like very high. It doesn't seem like very prominent. You know, like sometimes you do try to give percentages with these things, and it seems almost like 50%, I would maybe say. Jan, is the spell your energy settling, and if not, when will the energy start to settle? Okay. Yeah, so there's some settled energy, not completely settled. What I would say, so have the necklaces now, guys. So for anyone who needed the jar sent out, that will be done pretty soon. I don't know whether to. Yes, I'm doing another spell jar stream at the end of the month, but I will try to get these jars out before we do that one. So if you were on the spell jar stream, thanks for reminding me, Jan. If you're on the spell jar stream and you remember for 6 months, feel free to message me with your address of where you want it sent. If you don't message me, I will reach out to you. I'm not just going to not send it, but I would appreciate if you reach out to me. That would be great, just so I have the address. So that will be Jan. Let me see. I can't even remember. I will double check. I'll make a post about it. I'll double check. But if you were over 2 months as a heart member, send me your address basically. Yes, and those will be sent out. I was very happy when the necklaces came, but I've been so busy. Spirit animal card for Damini. Tassel! Tassel Spirit! Slow and steady wins the race. I like this one. Again, we're getting the slow energy, this letting things settle, this kind of going with the flow. But slow and steady wins the race. So there's a very positive message there that, you know, your progression may not be as fast as other people's progression, but you're going to be successful. You're going to have success. Jasmine, lol, wow, that card that came up, I love it. I've been praying for years to do a spiritual career, so this is the path I really want to take and I'm really passionate about it. Yeah, and I really see it with you, and I'm not like saying that you should like, is it called pigeonhole? Like, you know, like put yourself in a box of like, I'm a medium, I'm just going to do mediumship. I definitely think you could do anything in the spiritual realm. You have the high energy, you have the openness in the aura, you have the warrior spirit, so you really would be successful. In any kind of, you know, way that you wanted to go. I feel it's just, I rarely feel your connection to spirits, so that comes up for me a lot. Kevin, goddess card. Beautiful. White Taurus, sensitivity. You are becoming increasingly sensitive. Avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations, and chemicals. So when we get this card, when we're working with White Taurus as well, we do have to be a bit careful. So we're eating more organic food, you know, we're not eating kind of fast foods and things like that. We're not spending too much time in highly polluted areas. So we're going to forests, we're going to beaches, we're going to kind of more clear air areas. And avoiding harsh relationships. So yes, sometimes as spiritual beings, we have to tap into our warrior energy, we have to stand our ground, we have to fight for what we believe in, but that's not the energy here. So you're not in that stage at the moment. You're avoiding negative situations. You're kind of keeping to yourself a little bit, maybe bringing your aura in a little bit is a good thing. So you were talking about avoiding A for a little bit and be kind of ignoring. It seems to resonate with your current situation. Not that it's a negative situation, but I suppose it's a difficult situation, I would say. So yeah, I think you're really resonating with that, to be honest. White Tara. And also, I wanted to say, so we have not done a god or goddess meditation for a long time. Is there any stream that we haven't done for a long time that you miss? There will be a past life stream soon. But is there any stream that we used to do that you have missed? Is there any god or goddess you would like to have a session meditation about? Because I was kind of feeling drawn to do Sekhmet again, but then I thought, I don't know if you guys would be interested in the same one. We are going to do another angel trumpet ceremony in August, so we are going to do that. yeah, just let me know if there's anything you kind of missed that we used to do. Um, Pooja, will I find a mentor for the higher learning I'm supposed to take and when? Okay. Okay, not necessarily. It's an option to you. It's an option to you, but it will be before the end of this year if you do so. It is an option for you to have like this mentor, this kind of more close kind of mentor. But no matter what, you are going to go down this path, and you are going to be in like a kind of learning, training, growing, and it will be before the end of this year. Delphine, does P think that I have moved on? Not completely. There's kind of a little bit of worry of that, but not completely. Kevin, how does a history? I'm so sorry, guys. I can't pronounce it. History. Feel about me. She has been a little distant this week. Okay. The energies with you seem positive. I do notice that the chords you have quite low energy, like low energy. So maybe there is. I mean, it doesn't seem like I'm upset by something you said or you've done something wrong. It doesn't feel like that. But the chords are definitely very low. Um, Maybe there's something to kind of amplify that, to rebuild that connection, you know? Like just connecting, maybe asking what's wrong or something like that. But yeah, so it doesn't seem like, you've done something wrong and I'm really like purposefully distancing myself from you. But yeah, that's kind of how it looks. Jan says goddess card. Butterfly Maiden! Amazing, we have our butterfly background as well. Butterfly Maiden, transformation. You're experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. So, great blessings. So, the Butterfly Maiden, it's all about the butterfly totem animal, really. Although you can connect with her in more like a human form if you wish to. But it is all about the transformation. And on your spiritual journey, you will get this a lot. You get into a chrysalis, you're learning, you're growing, you're kind of introverted, you're self-reflecting, and then you emerge, you transform, you reach people, and you're blessed and you grow. It's a very transformative kind of energy, a very transformative goddess, but comes up a lot in spiritual journey. Um, I'm so sorry, guys, that the chat is so long. I hope that's okay. Hey, I've got quite a few people coming in today. Swetha, do you see me buying a home in Michigan? Okay. It does seem like a possibility. It really does seem like a possibility. It seems almost like there's this place or this place. It seems very much like it's almost like the two worlds of Akashic Tarot, where it's about this decision that needs to be made. Maybe that's why Michigan's coming up like 50. It seems like a bit of a choice here. Jasmine, yes, about cutting off the job. This has been 9 years that I have wanted to break away, but was afraid. I finally decided that I can't keep living like this and settle for things I don't really want to do. Yeah, absolutely. It takes a toll. It really takes a toll. It's nice, like having a job. You can learn a lot. You can kind of grow a little bit. You can meet people, but at the end of the day, you are kind of a lot of the time doing something you don't really want to do because you're in that. I don't like to say the hamster wheel or the rat race. I don't like to say that, but sometimes it feels like that. Jan, why is Caden in the stagnant energy exactly? Is he overwhelmed with something, or is he just not happy with his connection? I'm just confused as to why this is happening. Yeah, it feels like low motivation, procrastination. It feels like kind of, how can I say? Like low mood kind of energy, holistically all around. Kevin, will my principal of marketing professor pair me up with A for presentation this semester? Okay. I guess a no on that one. I guess a no there. Miss Venus, do you see Jay merging playing his music into his spiritual career and being more public with it? He feels like he needs to do intro music for our future events together that you saw us hosting. You know, I think that's really interesting because I don't know if everybody knows this because I know that not a lot of people were here because it was early in the morning, but I've created a jobs, work, career and abundance tarot deck, oracle deck. So I've created it myself. And Leon made an app for it so it could pick a card because we don't have a physical one yet. It's going to be printed and it's going to be physical, like, you know, like these, but we didn't have that yet. I just created it on the computer. So Leon made this app to flick through it, and Miss Venus, it was really funny because I clicked it when I was doing your reading, and it came up with, I was trying to get it up. Let me see if I can get it up. Let me see. Like that. And it came up with music. I'll show you the card if I can. Let's see. Oh. So, let's see if I can do this. I'm not the tech one, Leon is, and he's not here, but let me just see. So it would be... Oh, I'm not sure what it would be. Oh, I really wanted to show you it. That's such a money oracle. Oh, there we are! Hey! So I have no background now, but I found it. So I didn't want to trust this. Why? It's just an app. I was playing around with it, but I feel like when you connect with a deck, you know, when you put your energy into it, you hold it, you put your intention into it. I feel like it's more accurate then. But this. So you go, like, that's the cover, and you click pick a card and it goes to, like, a specific job, because I was trying to find a money oracle card, like something specific like this, and I couldn't find it. They were all kind of, like, just too broad in what they were saying on the cards. There was one good one, but I didn't like the artwork on it. So I made this myself. There's a few different things that come up, and I would try and find, so I clicked it for your reading, when I was doing your reading, and I'll show you what came up if it actually comes up. There's a lot of different ones. Oh my gosh. Because it's like supposed to be very random. Where is it? It will be the one that doesn't come up. This one came up, but I was like, don't know if I'm going to mention it because, like I said, it's just the app. It's not the deck yet. I didn't have the physical deck yet, so I thought, I won't mention it just in case, but this is what came up for Jay when I clicked it. You may be a musician, singer or songwriter, even dancing or acting, and I thought, does that resonate? I didn't know if that resonates, so I didn't say it, I just left it. But that was the first one that came up when I clicked on this. So I thought I would mention that. I don't know your thoughts on that, if you think maybe that's like a sign, synchronicity kind of thing. But that's the one that came up, so it's very, very interesting. If anyone does want one of those, feel very free. So let me get back to my background here. But feel very free to ask me. I would do one of those for you guys. But I didn't want to put that on stream until I had the physical deck, basically. But that's what came up, so I don't know your thoughts on that. Yeah, so if you want some money oracle, you're very welcome to type money oracle in the chat. But yeah, do bear in mind, I feel like it's everything happens for a reason, and we're showing what we're showing for a reason. But I do feel like the cards are more accurate when you like hold them. I'm just kind of that kind of person. Let's see. Sorry, I rarely blabbed on there. Let me find where I was up to. Jasmine, every so often I have dreams about being in a war. Is this an astral thing or something that's really going on in to manifest into the physical? Okay. It's past life memories. It's past life memories. What time is it? I'm just awaiting Leon now. He hasn't messaged anything. Is he in the chat yet? No. Okay. So up to... Apologies, guys. So I just read for Jasmine, I think. Swetha, when do you see me getting job opportunities? Okay. September looks most prominent, but there does seem to be possibility at the end of August. There does seem to be possibility there. Amazing. Yes, Pooja. Agreeing. Yeah. I really think, you know, when you have a mission, when you have a goal, when you have a vision, you can't really stay in a job like that for too long. Jan, for the rest of the month, how will things be between Em and Caden? Will she continue to be upset at him a lot, or will they have no calls? Okay. Yes, so it does seem like the upset continues. It does seem like they're in this process of separation, but it's very drawn out. That's how it looks. Like, I would kind of like it to be more, you know, cut, gone kind of thing. But it does seem like a slow process. But there's definitely a lot of kind of tension and upset in this month, yes. So we have pigeons, a pigeon outside, and I love them so much. They're so cute. Distract me. North Carolina. Swetha, when do you see me getting job? Oh, did we do that one? I think we did that one. Sorry. It was Delphine. When do you see me having a good financial increase this year? Sorry. October. Kevin, how will A feel when the people he calls friends don't want to be a part of his project group? Yeah, there's like a letdown, feeling let down, feeling a bit low kind of energy. Swetha, do you see me travelling to North Carolina for my job purpose? Yes, that actually looks high prominent. There seems to be like a prominent opportunity. Yes. Did you see that? Jan, what can I expect from my connection with Caden this month? So in this current energy, it seems like there's a few calls, it seems like there's a few messages, but it does seem kind of like a little bit few and far between. It doesn't look too it just looks a little bit slow this month. That's like how I can say it. Delphine, when will P contact me again? I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing a time frame for that. It looks like it will happen. It looks, you know, it's there's not a negative like a no there, but I'm just not getting a time frame on it. Venus says, do you feel like an active portal? How can I protect my portal a bit stronger and our connection with Jay from getting psychically attacked? Okay, so what I would like to do for questions like that, and like because you guys are members and things, I don't just want to like look in the ball and give you like a tip, you know. So what I would say is write to me, tell me what practices do you actually do, how regularly do you do them, do you use the protect your aura meditation that I did, because it's very simple. It's very simple and visual. I understand that you might do it and think, oh, that was like kind of silly. I kind of get that, but for me, it really works. My visualizations feel very powerful in a manifesting sense, and I feel like I do pull in my energies, but I do have, of course, other things that I use, like Fairvein, I have my wand, like a black crystal, I can't remember which crystal it is actually, but I love it. I have like my sound healing and everything, so for me it would be, I really want to know which practices you do, how regularly you do them, which talisman or crystals or symbols you use, how regularly you cleanse them and things like that. I would like to look at things like that, you know. Are you opening all your windows when you're cleansing? You're closing them when you're done? You know, what is your process? Quite detailed, you know, what's the kind of detailed process? And then I can maybe, but let me link, so we'll link my aura meditation here if anyone does want to look at it. It's very simple, it's very quick. I tried not to talk to any chat in there, so it could just be a meditation. I didn't think there's many people that came in anyway, but it's really good for bringing in your aura. It's a visual meditation, but you can really connect your visual senses with your spiritual senses and just bring that aura in. So you're very welcome to watch that meditation and use that meditation, but do feel free to message me, you know. Yeah, it feels liberating. I'm so happy for you, Jasmine. And Pooja. Kevin, how will my experience be if I am the CR of my class this year? It feels quite inspiring. It feels quite admirable. It feels very positive, and it feels very fulfilling is the word I'm looking for, I think. Kevin, did my Octorian spirit guide and I have a past life together before, maybe a different planet? Yes, and so what this is it's with the Octorians, so you are with the Octorians, but the lifetime is kind of like, I don't want to say like they're primitive, because when you had the lifetime, they were more advanced than us, more advanced than we are now, but they weren't as advanced as they are now. So it's interesting because I have the same, where I connect with some Octorian guides who are further in the kind of evolutionary process, if you will. So your guide is not like fully kind of, how do we say, fully evolved Octorian like we have now. You have a guide who's kind of, or a guide from, how can I explain it? So your past life was during the process, the evolution of the Octorians, so your kind of connection is with them at that stage. And I do have that too. I do resonate with that. Even though I don't have Octorian guides, I do connect with a lot of Octorians, and it's interesting to see that process of like your lifetime. Yes, you were there, but they weren't as advanced as they are now. So when you go back there, if you have your memories, which I think you will be very kind of like surprised, you know, and happy about how far they have come. Tiffany, hello and welcome. Hello and welcome. So we are doing Crystal Ball. You can ask as many questions as you like for the Crystal Ball. I'm on here for another hour and a half at least. So you can ask as many questions as you want for the Crystal Ball. And we do have tarot cards as well. So we have Akashic, Goddess, Shaman's Dream, Spirit Animal, and love cards. So you're very welcome to ask for any cards you like, ask any question you like. You just have to be a bit patient because it takes me a while to get down in the chat. I'm quite behind in the chat. But you're very welcome to ask any questions. Please make sure you're asking specific questions for the crystal ball, because something that's too broad can bring up a whole reading. So I can sit with someone with an open question for half an hour doing full reading. So be a little bit specific with the questions. But yeah, so just bear with me because I am behind in the chat. It will take a while for me to get down. So just bear that in mind. And oh, because you're new as well, I need your full name and date of birth. So I hope that's okay. You can put it here if you're okay with that. You can send it on Facebook or email if you're not okay with that. But let's see where I was up to. So sorry, guys. I think I was just talking to Kevin. Yeah. Demeanor says, okay, Spirit Guide channeling stream. On the channeling stream, you can choose whoever you like. So you can choose a passed over loved one, you can choose a spirit guide. So Demeanor, if you would like a spirit guide, I'm very happy to make a note of that now. I like to have them there before so that as soon as you're in the chat, I know who you want. But you're very welcome to change that if you do change your mind, but I'll write it down anyway. So we have Demeanor, spirit guide. So you're very welcome. So try to make that stream. It will be first come, first serve. Sorry, I just knocked the mic. It'll be first come, first serve. But if you don't make it, if you don't get one, all members will get a reading. But it just depends on the time. So anyone who I don't manage to read for on the scheduled stream, we will schedule another stream. That's a suitable time for the people that were missed, basically. So Miss Venus says, yesterday Jay got some cards during our conversation that were kind of negative, and we were wondering if it was a legit message. If so, what were they talking about? We had some thoughts, but shrug. Okay, so some cards during the conversation that were kind of negative. Okay. So there seems to be a few elements to this. So there does seem to be an element of some psychic attack coming through, but there also does seem to be an element of representation of challenges. Challenges that are going to happen, challenges that you're going to go through, because there's big change coming, and with that, there is going to be things falling away. There is going to be some negative things, some I would say negative things, but struggles, challenges, I would say. So it's kind of like these two elements. There's the real life element where you're going to have struggles and challenges in like decision making and planning and things like that. But then there's also this element of there is some psychic attack. There is some, because this happens a lot. So it happens when people evolve spiritually. It happens when people find a highly spiritual connection, like twin flames, soulmates. They do get attacked. So there's these two elements to it. But yes, there is some challenges and struggles coming through to work through. Gosh, I don't know what I'm up to. Right, okay. Kevin says, I would like channeling for my spirit guides and maybe talking noon. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. If they come through. I literally channeled that guide and now I'm probably butchering the name. Right, okay. So I'll write that down as well. Thank you very much. It's just nice to be prepared, I think. And I love connecting with the Octorian guides. Okay. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Aries. Yeah, so guys, remember, if you are a member and you don't make it to a crystal ball, if you're busy, you can send a few questions in a message. So you can send some questions to my Facebook or to my email and just say, you know, I missed the stream, here are my questions, and I will do them in my own time because you're a member. And I do understand time frames, work, sometimes you can't make it. So just kind of noting that, because Aries has done that, sent me some questions off stream. Jan, I'm not sure of how even to convey that, given he will just ignore the text regardless. So yeah, it is a shame at the moment, this energy. Miss Venus, my ex-coworker invited me to a reunion on the 19th and my twin will be there. He never participated before, but now he decided to start joining. Why is he going now? And is this a test for me? Yeah, so on his side, it's interesting because there is a kind of subconscious draw, like a magnetic pull almost. Like, I'm making this decision without really knowing why I'm making this decision. There's definitely a subconscious pull to you. But yes, I would definitely say it's a test. I really would say that, yes. Kevin, Acacia card, yes. Wishes fulfilled. So this is a really nice card. It's, it's resonating, or suggesting, I should say, abundance, suggesting, not struggling, having everything that you need, having everything that you want, a really positive kind of period of life. So things coming together, puzzle pieces coming together, wishes fulfilled. So with this one, really positive energy, a lot of opportunity. Keep positively focused on what you do want, because it's the wish fulfilled, so even though I know you're going to go through that period, taking that time to yourself with that white Tara energy and ignoring in your mind, still have that positive energy and that intention, because it's important for the wishes being fulfilled. Jasmine, going back to Project 2025, should I plan to move out of the country, or is this like a move out of a current residence, or city to city, state to state type of thing? Yes, what I was seeing, I wasn't seeing moving country, I was seeing like kind of a moving state kind of thing. I wouldn't say that moving country is completely off the table, if that makes sense. I definitely would say it's like a possibility, but I was seeing, being in the same country but moving, yes. That's what I was seeing. Miss Venus, does he expect to see me? What are his thoughts about me potentially being there? I'm debating on whether or not to go. Okay. Okay, so it doesn't feel to be like an expectation of seeing you, but there's a curiosity of the fact that he may see you, so that is there. I think it's interesting. Like I'm with this, I'm kind of feeling, I'm leaning to don't go, but I would say go with your intuition. I don't see anything negative. Like I don't see something really negative happening, or like, something highly emotional or anything. Like I don't see that. So I don't. I wouldn't say don't go, even though I'm kind of leaning to it myself. Go with your intuition. I would say go with your intuition 100%, because with this energy, the way it is, I don't really feel like I should be giving a full confirmed answer here. It really does feel like, I think you're right when you say kind of like a test. It does feel like you have to kind of decide, if that makes sense. So I do apologise for that. Like, I do apologise for that. I like to give answers, but so I apologise for that. Miss Venus, how am I going to get along with Jay's family, sister's mum? Mum seems to be a bit emotionally challenging. Okay. Yeah, there's a really positive energy. Like, I feel like there could be some negative energy from, and I do think this is the mum, because it's kind of like a prominent female energy. So there's a little bit of kind of judgment, there's a little bit of kind of wanting, nosiness, I would say, like really wanting to delve in and know who you are, but ultimately I would say very positive energy. I don't feel like that's going to be carried through, if you do go down this path of having a full committed long-term relationship, I see that smoothing out, I see that panning out, Kevin, was there any gossip going around A's friends about me and him before? If so, about what? Okay. No, I don't see any gossip there. I'm really glad, Pooja. Jan, is Roy actually genuine with his feelings towards me? He insists he really likes me romantically, but I don't know, I just feel he only likes the idea of me. Okay. There does seem to be genuine attraction now. There does seem to be like genuine. It's not like super strong, but it does seem genuine. Um, just bear with me one moment. So just going back to a question that was we have a lot of questions. So I'm just going back to a question that was murky. So I put it in myself to see if I could double check on it. So it's Shayna, if you're still here, Shayna. Where and how will I meet my partner? Okay. So most prominently, it looks like online, but there's a very imminent energy with this. It seems current chapter or very near future. It seems like excuse me. It seems like it could be right now. It seems like you could meet tomorrow. You know, it feels like it's a very soon energy. Miss Venus, why's my cousin that had a weird fixation on me insisting on adding me on different social media despite me rejecting or ignoring him? Why is he obsessed with me and is he possessed? Okay. Yeah, there's definitely an attachment here. There's definitely an attachment. Kevin, how does Glenn feel about me? Leon's just came here. Kevin, how does Glenn feel about me or our romantic past? I'm not really getting. There doesn't really seem to be anything. It seems to be very maybe buried somewhere. You know, like pushed back. Not really feeling anything there. And Pooja, any prominent dream? And oh, so has there been a recent dream about you? Let's see. No, I'm not guessing that. Jan, oh, interesting. Are Adrian's feelings for me conscious or are they just subconscious? Okay. Conscious, I'm guessing conscious there. Jasmine, should I put out offerings for my neighbourhood spirits coming to aid me? Come to aid, sorry. And if so, what should I give them? And where should I put it? I told them thank you and expressed how grateful I was. But I don't know if that was enough. Okay, I feel like it was, but let me double check. Yes, it was. Damini, how does Kate, my colleague, see me? Okay. there's positive energy here. There's also quite a light-hearted energy here. Don't know if you guys kind of like joke a little bit. There's kind of a light-hearted energy there. Yeah, it seems mostly positive, but it's not very forefront again. It's, you know, it's not very forefront. There's other things going on. Jasmine. Oh yes, I read that one. Aries. When will the members who haven't gotten their spell jars get them sent? Oh yes. So guys, if you check my upcoming streams, I have another spell jar stream. So I loved the last one. I'm doing another one. Everyone is welcome to have a spell jar made for them on the stream, and I make them, you know, live and everything. It's a live stream. But if you've been a heart member for over 2 months, you get it sent out to you. And anyone who didn't get a jar in the last stream, check for the upcoming one. I believe it's the 29th, but I will check if I can see my homepage. Let me see if I can. Yes, so if you check the homepage, we have members only channeling in 2 days on the 15th. It's 2 days, isn't it? No, 3 days. 3 days, sorry. Then we have the other channeling stream. Then we have another crystal ball on the 23rd. We have members only aura reading this month, which is on the 28th. And then we have the spell jars. So we have, if you haven't had one yet, you're very welcome to come onto that. That is the 29th of this month. And then another crystal ball on the 30th. So very, very welcome to attend those streams. Let's get back to the chat. Kevin, do you see the spell jar working for me? Where will I be able to see the effects of enhancing my abilities? Spell jar effects first. Okay. Yes. So your third eye and your crown look very aligned, very vibrant. So I would say keep up some practice and journal your results. So it's interesting because what you want to achieve, that's kind of the energy, because it feels like with the energy that you have, you'd have like accuracy in readings, accuracy in channelings and things like that, because of how your crown and third eye are. But what you want to do, you're channeling just for yourself, are you channeling for other people? You know, if you're channeling just for yourself, make sure you're keeping a journal. If you're channeling for other people, make sure you're getting feedback, you know, if anything comes through and it resonates for them. Because there's, how are you going to test your accuracy in your gifts if you don't go ahead and do them, you know? So just practice, just have a little practice. Jan, when will the spell jar energy fully settle? In about 2 months from it being made. So usually about 2 months. Pooja, does moving to my sister's place in Bangalore could help me with? Yes, I 100% feel that, absolutely. Jasmine, what's your take on Saint Expedite? Have you heard of him? Do you believe in him? Have you worked with him? I recently did a spell pertaining to him. Has it worked? I want to look into this deeper than on stream. You've really intrigued me. So I've sent 2 messages to myself now. So I've got Miss Venus's message earlier that I wanted to look into more, and I have this one. And guys, what I will say as well, if I say that I'm going to look deeper into your message and then I forget to do it, I shouldn't, because I'm sending these to myself on Facebook, so I shouldn't forget to do it. But if I do, it just prompt me, just remind me. I don't mind being pushed and reminded. I don't mind it. But yeah, I want to look into that a little bit deeper. Take a bit of time with it. So Kevin, do you see any possibilities of Glenn and I rekindling our romantic connection in the future? Okay. No, that looks quite low prominence. I wouldn't say you couldn't, but it just looks like a very low possibility. Jan, for the game Dawn Trial, I normally raid on that and have raided usually with Kaden, minus the newest raid, Tia. Do you see me raiding with him in Dawn Trial for this upcoming raid? So unfortunately I don't. It looks quite low prominence. I wouldn't say it can't happen, but it does look quite low prominence. I would maybe um I was going to say maybe focus on this in manifestations, but I do really feel like you're in that wait for things to settle phase, so I don't think that. So I wouldn't say that. Um, yeah, it looks quite low prominence, so I'm kind of like, it could happen, but it looks low prominence. Jasmine, were there any negative spirits attached to females in my neighbourhood that were causing chaos? And I decided to do a banishing precaution just in case. If so, did it work? Okay, so are the negative spirits attached to any of them in the neighbourhood? And did your banishing work? Okay. So I'm guessing yes and yes quite strongly. There seem to be two prominent people with attachments. Females, yes. Jasmine, is it okay to do just in case banishing precautions when you're not 100% sure? Or do you have to be sure when... No, absolutely. Anything that's precautionary, like cleansing, protection. I have some clients that do it too much, I will admit. But you can. It's perfectly fine to do it precautionary. I mean, everything I do is cleansing. Because of my work, because I work with so many clients. So I will do... every single bath I have has tea tree and salt in it. I'm cleansing every room. I'm cleansing before every session. And you don't always need to, especially when you're highly like in your power, like you're really tapping into those high energies. But it's just good to do. It's a precaution, and why not? I 100% I do all the time. I don't see any issue with that. Oops. Sorry. What time are we on here? Just want to make sure okay, we've been 2 hours, that's fine. Delphine, when do you see a potential long-term relationship? Okay. So I do feel like there's possibility this year. I'm not saying that there's no potential this year, but the beginning of 2025, the beginning of 2025 looks much more prominent for you. Leon is here. Thank you, Jasmine. I really appreciate the support of the cards. I was so happy with them. I really was happy with them, I will admit. So Kevin says, "Can I have a money oracle for the future job I would love the most?" Okay, let's see what you get. I'm going to add these to stream more often when I get the physical cards. But yes, let's do it for Kevin. So where are we? And I really appreciate Leon for making the app. Money oracle. There we are. Okay, so let's do. I need to reset it. Reset to front page kind of thing. So pick a card. You may become a pilot, or your dream job involves travelling a far distance. So seeing an aeroplane, your job is probably going to be, you're probably going to move somewhere else for your job, if you're not going to be a pilot. Yeah. Oh, I didn't mean to close that. So, they're the cards. I love them very much. Leave that there. Where are we up to? Crystal ball. Cool. So, John, why is Caden going to call Em but not me? Despite him having a more shrug energy with her, I don't understand why. With me, we're getting Em as the mum for a call. Yeah, that's just the kind of energy that's coming through, and that's just what's coming through. I understand what you mean, because it is very frustrating, the situation that you're in, but that's just what's coming through. Shayna, will there be a time when KB apologises for all the hurt he's put me and our children through? Yes, it just doesn't seem to be soon. It seems like there's a, I wouldn't say like a process, but it seems like there's a wide time frame for this, unfortunately. Shayna, I plan on going through a glow up by my birthday in March. How will this change other people's view of me? Okay. Yeah, there is a heightened attraction. There is a heightened kind of, so there's attraction, but then also in like a platonic way, there's feeling approachable. You know, feeling like people can approach you, and I really advocate for like people getting what they want done. You know, dyeing their hair, getting whatever, um, microblade their eyebrows or whatever they wanted to do. You know, anything you want to do to change your physical appearance. And we don't really understand that it is important that it can be symbolic as well. Like, there's no there's nothing negative about focusing on your external self, I would say. And what you do when you do that is you think about like a flower. That's what we can kind of compare it to, or a butterfly. They're so beautiful and they show off a lot, with their beautiful like petals and everything like that. And we can be like that. We can do that. Why not? And when you do that, what you actually do is you're affecting your external energies. So I always explain that, like, you think of that person that walks through the door and everyone's kind of drawn to them. They may not be like the most attractive person. They may not even be, I don't know, anything kind of important, if that makes sense, but people are drawn to them because of this magnetic energy, and we can kind of manipulate that magnetic energy with what we do to ourselves, how we present ourselves and things like that. It is very surface level. It's like magnetic energy, people approaching you, people being attracted to you. But once that happens, deeper connections can be made, So it's kind of just a thing to draw people and opportunities in. When we affect our external energies, we can actually attract physical things as well, like opportunities, things like that. It's not just about connections with people. I think sometimes we forget how important our physical body is, our presentation, we forget that, we really do. And it's not to be vain, but it's a self-love. Delphine, is the person that Emma's talking with the reason he is no longer texting me? Okay. Yes. Jasmine, I think you drew a competition in sports called during the pendulum stream. Should I try my hand at gambling? And if so, is it specifically directed at sport, or is it there's something else specific? Okay, yeah, so the sports card, it's kind of like the one Kevin got. There's a pilot energy and that resonates for some people, but there's travelling a far distance which resonates for some people. It's not both. So with that, the competition does not have to be about sports. It can be, if it's like a sport you want to bet on, it can be, but they can be separate. So someone might get that and they might go into like playing tennis or playing football or something like that, and someone might get that and they just win a bit of money. They just I put a bet on and they won a bit of money. So yes, I would say you may have some luck surrounding that, but do bear in mind, guys, what I'm saying with this. I do feel holding the physical deck, putting your energy into it, is more accurate than the algorithm. No, not algorithm, app. But I still really appreciate it. I really appreciate Leon for doing that. Okay, so Jan, will Caden and Em call a lot this month, or will they barely have any one-on-one calls? Okay. Yeah, so there is calls, but they are few and far between. So up to Tiffany, hello. Oh, Jasmine, I'm actually also interested in doing home cleanses for when people move into their new homes, maybe even current residences. Would I be capable of doing that? And does that work on? Yes, absolutely, do it. I do this as well myself, as you may have seen the video of me cleansing my mother's home. and before she moved in. It was very, oh my god, it's beautiful now what she's done to it. But if you watch that video, you're like, oh my god, that home. But I cleansed the whole thing. It was really, really nice. There was an area where the dog who we don't have anymore, she wouldn't go. So there was an area where the dog wouldn't go to, and I picked up a spirit there, like an essence, remnants of a spirit being there who passed there. And the dog was kind of picking up on that as well. And after the cleanse, the dog would go everywhere in the house. So it was really, really nice. And I think that it's a very powerful service to offer. And I think that people don't do it enough. People just move right into homes. And it's very strange that people don't think about cleansing. I will share the video just because it might give... I feel like you need guidance on it. But you may get some suggestions of things to use, or things to do and things like that. If I can find it, I will just see if I can find it, and if I can't, I will give up. Oh, when I do this, I'm like, oh, I do a lot of streams. No, I don't think I'm going to find it. It's just too many crystal balls. No, I didn't see it. No, I can't find it. If you're interested, I will find it later on. Sorry, guys. Holding up the stream. So let's see. Tiffany, I recently seeked help for mental health. Scared to trust. Did I do the right thing? Please and thank you. Okay, so I absolutely would already say yes, but I will check in the ball anyway. I do like to do that. Yes, I do get yes. And it's really important, guys. I think we forget sometimes, our mind, body and spirit are all connected. So if you're focusing deeply on your spiritual self, but you're not, exercising or eating right, or you're focusing a lot on your spiritual self, but you're ignoring your mental health, we need to make sure we're doing what we need to do. So yes, absolutely. And I'm glad you love the energy here, and I really apologise. It does take me a long time to get down to the stream, but you're very, very welcome. We do many streams, so this month we have the members channeling. You can choose who you want to channel. It can be POI, Twin Flame. It can be future soulmate, spirit guide, passed over loved one, whatever you want. You can get a message from. And also there's a members only aura reading this month as well. Akashic Tarot for Pooja. That's a very nice one. So you have the King of Forces. So this is talking about a man in your life, or a romantic partner. It doesn't necessarily have to be a man, depending on who draws it. But a romantic partner who's becoming balanced in their energy. So this person may have been out of balance, but there's this they have their emotions in check here, so we can see with the calm water, have their emotions in check. The guides are with them. We see their totem animals here. The cosmos is aligning. It's all about this person fully aligning and maybe having a realization or something like that. But yeah, it's about a partner in your life who's going to be very balanced, and maybe they go through a bit of a transition, but they're coming out balanced in the end. It's very positive. Kevin, it's really interesting. Did my Victorian spirit guide, me and Tanya had the same past life together. Ah, okay. Oh, okay. Yes. I'm getting a yes there. Jan, for the Lookout Acacia card, since I asked for a card over my connection, does this mean a good omen for me and Caden getting towards our goal of reconciliation? So if you're thinking specifically for a relationship, then yes. Because the goal can be anything. So the goal can be like the love path. The goal can be like a job I'm focusing on or something like that. Um, Shayna, why does KB ask our son about me when we do not talk to each other? So there is a little bit of a wanting to talk to you. There's a little bit of kind of wanting things to be good, wanting things to be balanced. There is an energy of that, but it almost seems like I can't quite do it. It's like I want to do it, but I can't quite do it. It's very strange. But there is like an intrigue. There's an intrigue, there's a kind of a wanting to know about your life. It's really interesting. It's almost like I want to be this good person, but I can't quite do it. It's a very strange energy. But yeah, there is a lot of intrigue about you, and there is kind of a desire to talk to you in a calm way. I have a missed call. I didn't see that. Shayna, a romance card, of course. No, there's two. Soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. So, your soulmate is coming in, and it will not be too long. Connection with the soulmate. Jasmine, I had a dream where my mother was being to my son. I felt like that was an imposter spirit. Am I correct? And did I banish the spirit? Also, it's the same spirit that I think tried to act like my great grandmother in another dream. Okay, interesting. Yeah, so this is a very, very devious spirit then, if it's taking form of other people. So this is very, very, very serious, very kind of, like you do need to address it. It's something you can't ignore, basically. So let me see. So the question is, am I correct, and did I banish the spirit? You are correct. Yeah, and you do seem to have like a level of protection. That's almost like I would say a safety net, but it is important that you're recognizing this. It's very positive that you've recognized this. It's very interesting actually. I've seen this with clients before, but I've never experienced this myself, where they actually take like the form of someone else. It's very devious. I think that's the right word to use. It's really good that you're recognizing that. Delphine, do I have mediumship abilities? I always feel like I connect. Amazing! Guys, because I have members here, I will just say, on my Discord, which is linked in the description, I do want to hold a mediumship class every month and a general talk as often as we can do it, where we just chat about anything we want. But I don't do that anymore. We've done that a few times, but I find it very difficult to get everybody together at the same time. So we kind of stopped doing it. But if we have enough people that want to practice mediumship, like Pooja, Delphine, Jan, Miss Venus, Aries, if we get enough people in, we can do that again. So I'm not like really strict on it has to be every month, but it would be nice to have a regular class if enough of you will come. And it's just a session, it's free, it's just a session where we practice our mediumship abilities, and that's all. I would love to hold it again. I would love to see progression of people. That's like kind of what I wanted to see. But at the moment, it's difficult for me to get enough people together regularly. But I think we need to change the music now. Oh, that was loud. I need to record some new music. So yeah. So you do have mediumship abilities. A lot of us here do. But yes, guys, contact me in Discord if you actually would be up for a mediumship stream. Mediumship lesson, and I will do it. Pooja, What were Mazba's thoughts about mine and En's connection when she and En were good friends? Okay. There's positive energy there. There's a slight little bit of judgment there, but there is a lot of positive energy as well. Swetha. Sorry, it's too loud. Lavender music should be relaxing. Should be okay. Okay. So, Swetha, when do I travel to North Carolina for job purposes? Can I get a time frame? Okay. That particular opportunity seems to be around January time, so it does seem more prominent to be January, which is not too close, but that's what looks prominent. Jan, is there a chance for me and Caden to call next week if I ask him to call, and if so, what is the prominence? Okay. Yes, I'm seeing like 65 to 70%, so there is obviously, of course, a chance there. Jasmine, do I have channeling abilities or is it already a part of mediumship? Yes, you do. You do, yes. And in a sense, yes, it is a part of mediumship because when you're relaying a message or something that's telling you, you're basically channeling. It's the same kind of thing as a starseed guide giving you like a message and you kind of like writing it. I know we call it mediumship, but I suppose it is channeling, you know? Yeah. And I would do past over love message from past over loved ones on my channeling stream. So yeah, I pretty much would call it channeling. Jan, is there more prominent for August or September for the heart to heart? Hoping it's early August. Most prominent looks like late August. Most prominent, you know, and then the energy around it kind of it's a bit lower. Before and after. Pooja, how did En describe our connection to Mazba after the fight we had? And they both met in a cafe. Okay. There's kind of this energy of, I don't think this is right for me. I don't think this is what I want to be doing and where I want to be. That's the kind of energy, like, I don't think this is right for me. Oh, Tiffany, email me your details. Okay, let me get my emails up here. Sign me out. But I don't. Here we go. I have it. Thank you very much. Okay, so let me see your question. Do you have a question? Tiffany, have you... I didn't see a question. Did you post a question? So I can just pull you some cards if you want, but you can ask specific questions for the crystal ball, or I can just pull you cards. So let's see. Let's do a goddess card if you're drawn to give you a goddess card. So this is for Tiffany. Sorry. Mother Mary. We're getting quite religious ones today. Expect a miracle. Lovely. Have faith that your prayers have been heard and being answered. Amazing. So you're getting miracles. That's a very nice card if you can see it. Miracles. A positive change, a positive turnaround coming your way. I'll do you an Akashic as well. Okay? So this is balance. Balance is of course a really nice card. It's all about, if you do feel like something's very off balance, it may just simply be a message that's going to balance a little bit. But there's a few messages in this card. So one is justice. There's justice here. So if you're in like a legal thing, if you're actually in something like, you know, you have a lawyer or a solicitor or something, and you're in a legal kind of situation, it's a positive message because it's upright, that you're going to come out on top, you're going to get justice, things are going to go in your favour. If you're not in a legal thing, it's more about justice in a karmic way. So if someone's done you wrong, they'll be getting their karma. You may be getting your positive karma back because it's balancing out, but they will be getting their negative karma. But then there's one little warning in this card, and it's all about signed documents. So you have to be very careful when you come across documents, small print, big purchases. So you purchase something very, very big, be very careful, keeping your receipts and things like that, just in this period. It doesn't necessarily mean something's going to go wrong, but there's more of a chance that it might do, so it's just being careful, basically. Being careful. And that was for Tiffany. Just thought I'd pull you some cards since you haven't had a reading yet and you've been waiting. Shayna, why is KB constantly threatening me with lawyers when it comes to custody? Every time I check the court system, I see he hasn't filled anything. Is he just trying to make me worry for nothing? Yeah, there's definitely an energy of not really wanting to go through with it. That's quite strong. Delphine, do you see me moving to Italy or France next year? Between these, Italy does look more prominent. Italy looks more prominent. Swetha, can I get a time frame for me visiting India? Yes, okay. Most prominent looks mid next year, the middle of next year. Jan, when will me and Caden have an in-person meeting? I'm not seeing it. It's quite murky. I think it's a little bit low prominence, and that might be why. Delphine, when do you see me getting back to the office in whatever that says? I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce it, but I will focus on it. When do you see me getting back to the office? Okay. Yeah, that as well. It's very, very murky. Are you like undecided on this? Is it a possibility that you may not go? Or is this just a crystal ball maybe? It's just a little bit murky. I'm sorry about that one. Pooja, did Anne ever tell me Masba how strong our friendship was? Okay. Yes. Guessing a yes on that. Kevin, has A dreamt of me this month? And if so, what was it like? Yes. And it was it was very quick thing. So it was you walking past and that having an effect to like nervousness coming on, like heart beating faster, you know? A very kind of realistic feeling, you know? A lot of the time our dream space can be quite, you know, it doesn't feel fully kind of real. It was a very real, like, emotional reaction, but you simply just walked past. There was no conversation or anything like that. But recognizing your face. Jasmine, I feel like I have been seeing things like orbs or something in my peripheral. Are there spirits in my apartment, and if so, who are they and what do they want? Okay, so this might become regular for you. You will become more aware of what it is and what's around you. But yes, just bear in mind that it may become very regular. Sometimes I'm in here, I'll be doing maybe a sound healing or something for a client, and like 3 of their guides will come in and like stand near me, and I'll see them like very clearly. And it happens a lot. It can happen on stream. I've had spirits come through the door, and while I've been on stream and things like that. You do get used to it. You get used to it, and you get more tuned into who they are and what they're kind of doing. But yes, so they will want different things. So sometimes it's just that you're tuning in and they're kind of in that space, because some areas do have high spiritual energy. We do know that in your kind of area there are also some passed over loved ones that are kind of, the essence is still hanging around. So they might want to connect with you because they can't connect with their loved ones. They might want to connect with you because they know you can connect. So there'll be different reasons for them. Sometimes you might meet someone and their spirit guide will be next to them, you know? You'll just kind of feel it. So I hope you don't mind it. I hope you're getting used to it. So Jan, I just don't really know what to do at the moment. It feels like I'm losing any small progress I made and things feel more distant than ever. Yeah, I think that the main thing about this period is he's splitting from M right now, and that's kind of what the focus is. So after that happens, I feel like things will lift them for you. But I feel like this process needs to happen with them separating. Delphine, should I go away for a few days in another country, or should I go away within the Netherlands? Okay. I am seeing Netherlands quite strongly, but do you mean like soon? Like you want to go on a little trip like in the current chapter soon? Because that may be why I'm seeing Netherlands. Because I'm thinking like pretty soon. Delphine, what are my family and friends' feelings and thoughts about me? I just feel like a very strong care, like a very strong sense of care. Like an empathy, like very high like care energy. That's what I feel. Jasmine. Hi, I've been doing. Sorry, why did I say hi? Have I been doing a good job working with my clairvoyance and claircognizance skills? Or are there more things I should be doing to tune into them more? And if so, anything in particular? Okay, this is another one where I would like to check it off stream, because, guys, if you are asking me questions like this, you're very welcome to message me off stream and give me a bit more of like a breakdown of what you're doing. So I would like to know like which oh my gosh, I can't speak. Which practices you're doing, how often you're doing them, things like that, because that can kind of help me to see like what is working for you, what isn't working for you, and what I might add to your kind of routine, if you will. So yeah, that's something that I would do in my own time, but just I would want more focus on it basically. So it's, again, I'm going to screenshot that one, but I would like, so I think you and I think Miss Venus, I just want to know a little bit more about what your current practices are and how often you do them. I just feel like it will help me to tune in, to check, and to maybe give some advice there. Shayna, when you mentioned meeting my future partner online, does it feel like through dating app? It feels like social media. It does feel like social media. I have felt that. But I wouldn't tear my nose up at dating sites, because I understand that there are many people who, you know, they don't really want to get into relationships, and it's, you know, there is a lot of how can I say, unbalanced sacral energy on dating sites. There's a lot of people who really need to work on the sacral, but there's good people as well, you know, there's authentic people as well. Kevin, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. And I really appreciate that you guys like the cards. Jan, do you see Caden raiding in Dawn Shell of M? Okay. Maybe, yes, there's a possibility of this. Delphine, how does my good friend Kay feel since our misunderstanding last week? There is a bit of like an annoyance energy there. There is a bit of annoyance. And a little bit of sadness as well. Kida! Am I about to get a car I'll be happy with? Okay, let's check. Yeah, this does seem to be prominent on your path. Yes, Kidda, if you're still here. Kevin, let me see. Where am I up to here? I've done, okay, 2.5. So let's see. I'm going to put, so I know I do this every time. I'm going to put finishing up here. You're very welcome to ask questions after that, but just bear in mind that they might not be answered. It depends how long it takes me. I'm not in a rush to get off, but I just want to make sure I'm organised and I don't go, oh, go to eat now, bye. I want you guys to know when I might leave, but feel free to keep asking your questions. Jan, oh sorry, yes, I did that one. Delphine, how does my, oh wait, why am I rereading what I've already done? Let's see. Kevin says yes. I definitely think my future best job will include. I do as well. I did really feel like that one resonated for you, Kevin. It did feel like that. Delphine, when do you see me buying or moving into a new house? Okay. So I do see moving into a new house kind of, I would say beginning of next year, but I'm not really seeing buying. I'm not really seeing buying at the moment. Yeah, it doesn't look very prominent, so it's interesting. The buying doesn't look very prominent at the moment. Perhaps you could change that. Maybe like viewing a few houses or something might. You might connect with the energy somewhere. This might change. But yeah, I'm not really seeing buying at the moment. Jasmine, are there 2 females that came up to the 2 females that I'm thinking about? I'm asked because there's a lot of activity going on here with some others. Okay, so I'm checking if these 2 are the female energies with the attachments. Okay. Just focus on those names for a moment. Yes. You got a yes on that. Jan, I feel like dyeing my hair, but I'm not sure if that is a good idea or if I'll hate it. I don't know if it's just me feeling like acting out and self-sabotaging in a way because I'm unhappy. I do see dyeing your hair as self-sabotage. I do think kind of rebranding a little bit, you know, spicing it up. I think that's a good idea. I think it makes us feel better about ourselves, helps our solar plexus, and like I said before, the external energies, you know, and what I was talking about before, if you were there. I think it's a really positive thing, but it depends, you know. If you're worried about it, I don't know. I would say go for it, but I don't want to encourage you and then you don't like it, you know. Yeah, Jasmine, I would definitely just upkeep a bit of like cleansing, banishing, protecting. It's worth it. It's worth upkeeping. Even when I don't really feel anything, I do it. Delphine, do you still see me traveling to meet me? Oh my gosh. Do you see traveling to meet me in the Netherlands, and if so, when? Oh my gosh. So sorry. So there seems to be a possibility, but it does seem low prominence. It's there, it's a possibility, but it just seems quite low prominence, and it's this year as well. Ooh. Sorry, because I'm comfy in this chair. Let's see. Jasmine says I'll find it. Gonna go back and watch it. I really do need guidance. I'm glad you pointed that out. I've done a few where I filmed and kind of talk through cleansing. I did it when we went on holiday as well, but I rarely do think that the one at my mum's was better. I wish I could find it. And also, guys, please, if you have not liked the video yet, please do like it. It does mean a lot. Oh, there we go, I found it. Because I was looking at live videos, and it's not a live video, it's an actual video. So Jasmine, if you're still here, this is the cleansing video. I do believe this is the one where I explained the most, or I may not have explained it verbally, but you can watch it. I can't remember, but it's the one where I show the most of what I do, with symbols and everything. Like when I cleansed the cottage that we stayed in, I did use like sage, I think sage. I did use like sound healing and everything, but I didn't use my symbols and things like that. That one at my mum's home, it was a bit more intense, you know. We were only staying at the cottage for like 2 nights, but my mum's going to live there, and we felt that presence of that past person. So yeah, that one's more intense, so it might be the best one. I found it for you. Let's see. Where am I up to? Jasmine, I think. Yeah, I saw it. You gave me the initiative to want to do it. I love watching shows on it, but kind of scary in person. Trying to work past my fear. Maybe at some point you can give me tips on working past a fear. Yes, absolutely. I think this is something that I would love to be able to work on this and kind of help people with this, because Miss Venus has it a little bit. Jasmine, you've just said you have it a little bit, and Kaylee as well, or member Kaylee. She has a fear as well. Like she astral projects naturally. It just happens to her. She doesn't make it happen. But there's a lot of fear. There's a lot of negative spirits that manifest when that happens, and because she has a lot of fear. So I would love to do something around releasing the fear. I think it would be good if I could maybe plan something for that. Acacia card for Shayna. Okay, so you have intricacies in industry. This is a nice one. So it's showing kind of like he's building a chapel. It's a small, humble kind of home, or chapel. What it represents is it can be home based. So in terms of you are actually building a family, a home. You know, maybe you're decorating, maybe you're moving home, maybe you're planning a family. It's like something like that. It can be about work, you know, if you're really trying to work up that ladder, you're really trying to like get to that higher level of work. It's very root chakra based, so family, home, security, or work related. But it's all about building that up. And it's really positive because it's saying you're still on your journey. It's saying you haven't built the home yet. It's not built. Look, it's kind of like half built. He has all the plans he needs for his building there. He has all the bricks, the materials. So what it's saying is, you have everything you need. Everything you need is within you. You're going to be guided the right way. Everything you need. You have the plans. You have the materials. You have the ability to build this life that you want. It's all within you. But you aren't there yet. You're still building it. Be aware that you're still building it, and make sure you are still building it. You're putting effort into it. So it's very nice. And it does show kind of like humility and humble energy as well, which I think is nice. Jan, when will Caden contact me next? I'm guessing within a week. You're welcome, Tiffany, of course. Jan, any time for finishing building a PC? Apparently I will be building. One of my dad's friends confirmed he's going to help us and has spare parts. Oh, interesting. I didn't feel that you were going to be building. I didn't feel that. So timeline, okay. Let me see. I'm guessing like around three weeks there. Leon, hello. Jasmine, does that mean the imposter spirit is still lurking around? Is that the reason my son has sleep disturbances? And if so, what more or stronger tips can I do? Is this the same spirit that showed its true form to me in a previous stream? Okay, so check if it's the same spirit and check if it's still around. Let's see. Yes, it's the same, and also yes, that there's a it can still be there, so it's not there permanently, but it can come and go there, and it's not attached to you. You don't have an attachment, but it can come and go from your home, your area, your space. So yes, it does feel like there's a little bit some possibility of that coming back at the moment. Delphine, Acacia card for my spiritual journey. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay. That's interesting. So, for this, Acacia card for a spiritual journey, this is showing, so we have the scrolls, and the scrolls are all about learning, work, and things like that. So what it shows for a spiritual path is, first of all, it's going to be someone that's very important to your spiritual path, probably a male, but not necessarily. And they're going to be kind of maybe a little bit of a mentor. So it might not be, when we say mentor, so it might not be like you ask them to be your mentor and then they're your mentor and then they kind of, talk with you every day and like help you, but they might inspire you, they might teach you something in a kind of more relaxed way. Maybe it's not a one-on-one like coaching kind of thing, but there's inspiration from them, admiration, there's learning. But is this a person, a specific person that's going to help you, that's going to guide you, it's going to give you some lessons, and you need to learn more basically. So you're going to go down like different avenues of learning a little bit more on your spiritual path, opening up to different divinations, maybe different clairs, clairvoyance, claircognizance and all of that. Maybe like journeying, sound healing, things like that. It just seems like expanding your knowledge basically. Jan, when should I ask Caden to call next week? I don't know which day has the most prominence for us to call. When should I ask Caden to call next week? Okay. So I'm guessing Wednesday. There. Delphine, don't feel like I want to go back to the office. Maybe that's why. Yes. Yeah, it really felt like maybe she's not going to. Jasmine, I'm okay at the moment. So far, it hasn't been unsettling seeing the orbs. I don't feel anything negative. Good, okay. So you are really... Maybe we could do like a release fear and step into our power and meditation. So we could begin with cleansing and releasing fear and then go into harnessing, channeling the divine feminine energies. I think that might be nice. Jan, but isn't them separating super prolonged though? So wouldn't that just push things with me as well, since their separation is super drawn out? Plus we saw he still call her this month. Yeah, so I really feel like at the moment it's this period of like the card said, it's like settling, letting the energy settle, not really doing anything else, and just kind of maybe taking your mind off it a little bit. And then the process is them kind of like coming to that splitting. I do think it will trail on a little bit, like there might be some conversations here and there, or have maybe trying to reach out here and there, but there will be a point where it's so drawn out that it's being forgotten. It's kind of like, oh, it's barely anything anymore. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to wait till the full completion is done. You could even catalyze that, when you come in, because I do feel like there will be a bit of respect around who you talk to, who doesn't talk to, and things like that. So you coming in could catalyze the ending, but I do feel that there's a period that's needed of that really beginning that release. And the thing with them is, there's been a lot of release, there's been a lot of resistance, but it's like they keep coming back. It's like, oh, I'm angry, I'm deleting this and doing that, and there's a lot of push and pull with them. That's a difficult thing, I think. Yeah, it's really nice to see Kida. It's so nice to see people when they haven't been here for a long time, and I also think Kida's in a better place now, which is nice. Jan, is the prominence for Caden to raid and Dawn Shell with higher than his prominence for raiding with me? Okay. Yes. Guess a yes on that. Delphine, are my spirit guides purposely keeping me in hermit mode period? And if so, when will it end? Okay, let's see. It's very nice. It can get a little bit boring, but introspection and reflection is really powerful and really needed. So let's see. Are they keeping you there for a reason? Okay. Yeah, and it does seem to end soon. Like, it doesn't really feel like it doesn't feel like you're going to be kind of in that stage for much longer. It does feel like that's going to end and you're going to kind of go into like a new period pretty soon. So it does feel quite imminent. I would maybe say, I'm not guessing an exact time frame here, but I'd maybe say 6 weeks. That's what I'd maybe say. Maybe, yeah, about 6 weeks I would say. Jan, is there anything we could do work-wise to ensure they separate? I kind of agree with the cards on letting things settle, Elizabeth, but I will check that for you. Miss Venus. That's amazing! And it's so funny because I was like, should I put it in? No, I won't put it in. And I should have! I really should have! I should have listened to my, well, it wasn't even my intuition, it was like so random, but yeah, I should have put it in. Do you remember I told you there was a spirit in doll I had when I was a child? Is that the same spirit? And if so, that spirit is rather annoying. I wake up not even afraid anymore, just annoyed. Okay, Jasmine. Yes, I guess a yes on that. It's so interesting, like, learning more about you, Jasmine. I don't know if you've spoken to Kaylee ever, because she's not really in stream a lot, but your kind of paths seem very, very similar, especially in terms of like the connection with spirits and the spirits being like kind of almost lifelong, kind of being there. And it's interesting because like I love Kaylee, like so much love for Kaylee, but it's interesting because you're almost like, it's almost like the same path, but you're a bit more warrior energy. You're a little bit more stepped into your power a little bit more, I would say, but they're very similar paths. It's very, very interesting to see. Thank you, Miss Venus. Yeah, absolutely. Jasmine the Spirit has a special name. I call it the B word. I appreciate the censoring in here. Thank you. Jan, sorry. How long will this period last of Caden releasing her and pushing it? I was really feeling like maybe 3 to 4 weeks. Miss Venus, I have a question that I'll send you privately about Dream. Yes, if it's something that maybe I would want to look into a little bit more, like questions about spiritual practices or dreams, you're welcome to ask them here, but I might want to, animals fighting or something. But I don't mind looking into things, you know, when I have time off stream. I find it interesting, I enjoy it, so yeah, you're very welcome. Jan, when exactly too will he take action towards me so that it just ends with her? Yeah, I was really feeling like that kind of September, August kind of time frame. Delphine, should I close the chapter with P and also with M so I can move on and open myself to new possibilities? I feel held back and I don't want that anymore. Yeah, I do kind of feel that with you, like, I do feel that as you're kind of progressing through this, like, life path and having, coming into like, a new chapter, and especially next year, like, 2025, I really feel like there's this new, refreshed energy with you. So I kind of do resonate with what you're saying, and I do agree with that, really. Shayna, what is the updated time frame on when KB and Steve will break up? Okay. I guess I've got October. I'm guessing October that. So, let's see. I've lost my chat. I've completely clicked off my live. What am I doing? Hey, it's not saying I'm live. There we go. Jan, after our heart to heart, if Caden was raiding with he stop and respect me, or will he just not raiding with her due to just them separating around that time? What it feels more like is when the relationship is confirmed and committed, he will respect those wishes, you know? Jasmine, me and Kaylee are definitely going to have to be on the stream together. If you do want, thank you. All streams are great, but this one was especially insightful. Thank you. Yeah, so that's why I really still want to push. I know I'm quite bad at getting everyone together, but I do want to try to push like our mediumship and our general chats as well. It would be nice to share some of these experiences with each other as well, and just a general chat. And I know we'll probably see Theodora there as well, which will be lovely. So I'll just go over, guys, some things that are coming up and some other things. So first of all, if you are open to the mediumship or to the general chat, please do join the Discord. It's in the description. Introduce yourself when you come in. It's completely free. The mediumship lesson and the general chats are free. It's no cost. You don't have to even be a member to join them. So do join that if you want to be involved. What else? Okay, so we have coming up. We have just always check the homepage. I'm always putting new streams up. We have channeling. We have a tarot. We have aura reading, spell jars, crystal balls, and things like that. I do have, if you will see in the description, I have created my own little book. It's travel size, so I wanted it because I kind of thought of it when I was on the plane, and I was like, I would love to just be like colouring and relaxing. So there it is. This is the first copy. I spelled channeling wrong. I've actually changed it now, so if you order one, it will have the correct spelling. So I've done a few streams of colouring this in. It's really pretty. It has something to colour in on every second page. But it has loads of meditation practices. It has how to connect with your guides, third eye meditation, crystals. It talks about crystals. It also addresses the shadow. You can see. The shadow. So it does address like the negative things as well. Cord cutting, things like that. It has a lot of pages for journaling. So it has blank pages just for journaling as well. And pretty pictures. So you can use it as a relaxing colouring book if you want, but it has all of my like little tips in it. So it has meditation practices, it has connecting with guides, spells, things like that. All just little tips in there, divination. Yeah. So just click the link in the description if you want one of those. It's Amazon, so if you have Amazon Prime, I think it comes like within a few days. Yeah. So I just wanted to share that. That's probably my favourite thing that I've made so far. So I just wanted to share that. And that's it, I think. I will eventually be making the money oracle cards into an actual tarot deck. But I probably will use them again on a stream like that with the app before they arrive. So do look out for that as well. As well as the streams that are scheduled, there will be pendulum readings, as you guys know. And if we do decide to do a cleansing stream or a god or goddess stream, that will be added as well. Suggestions are very welcome. Contacting me off stream is very welcome. And suggesting streams is very welcome. Yeah, so I really hope you guys enjoyed. You're very, very welcome. Jan, I would say if you're really, really worried like that, just ask. Just ask very casually and politely and calmly. If you don't want to do the letting the energy settle and everything, then yeah, it's entirely up to you. You're very welcome, Shayna. It's so nice to see you. It is really nice to see you. It was really nice to see Kidda. Oh my god, my voice is going. It was really nice to see you all. I hope you have a blessed rest of your day. Yeah, as I said, don't hesitate to reach out. If you were on the necklace, the spell jar stream, please do reach out to me with your address. Love, light and blessings to each of you. I really hope to see you all soon.